Well, hello my little rays of sunshine. How are you all doing out there today? I'm Michelle the Introvert, and today I'd like to talk to you about 5 kitchen projects that I was able to accomplish and complete this past week. Since we are at the beginning of a brand new year, and it's January 2025, I thought it would be good to look ahead a bit and not too far in the future. It won't be long now, and it'll be gardening season. I'll be growing my vegetables again in my backyard kitchen garden. And saying all that and thinking about that, which is coming up rather quickly, I think, I figured it would be good to start really using up, really concentrating and using up the items that I have in my freezer, but also the items that I have in my cupboards and pantry, just to kind of get them moving to make some more space for newer products and newer vegetables to go in the freezer. So I've been on a mission. I've been on a fun mission. And this past week, I've been really working hard on getting some of the vegetables used up and things used up in my pantry too. Firstly, I went into my upright freezer and I discovered that I had some spaghetti sauce that I kind of forgot about. It hasn't been in there for too long, but I figured, yep, now it's time to get that used up. So I took out the frozen spaghetti sauce and I made a nice big batch of spaghetti that lasted us 2 nights. So we were able to have spaghetti dinner for 2 nights. The second project that I worked on, and that is a Hamburger Helper dinner. Now, we don't have too many boxes of Hamburger Helper, like the box of Hamburger Helper in the cupboard, so I'm not very worried about that. But in my pantry, I had some pasta, 2 smaller bags of pasta. One was penne and one was type of noodle. I forget the noodle. But anyways, those 2 smaller bags of leftover noodles, they had to be cooked up, used up. So I thought, well, to stretch out the Hamburger Helper dinner, I will add those, I'll cook up the pasta and add those to the Hamburger Helper. But also, I went into my freezer and I took out some beet greens that I had grown in my garden. And I thought, well, I'll use those up. We'll get those eaten up as well. So that dinner was for 2 suppers, so that was really good. We were able to get those used up. For my third project, I went into my freezer, but I also went into my cupboard, and I was able to use some things up in both of those areas. So the first thing I did was I took out a ham that I had bought on sale quite a few weeks ago. I got it for a good price. I took that out and I thought that'll make a really nice supper. And I wanted to make it a little bit fancy just to help me use up things in the cupboard. So I took out a can of pineapple slices. So I got those put on the ham with some brown sugar and some ginger ale to cook it all in. And that's what I cooked for supper. And I was able to use up those slices of canned pineapple. So that was really nice. Also, I wanted to use up some cabbage that I had in my freezer. So the same day that I cooked up the ham, I made a creamy cabbage soup. And in that cabbage soup, you actually put some of the ham. So it was definitely a win-win situation. We had some ham to go with our supper, and I had some of that ham to put into the creamy cabbage soup. The project for the creamy cabbage soup was wonderful because I was able to really use up a lot of items from my freezer. And what I was able to take out of the freezer was some chicken broth, turkey broth, vegetable broth, carrot water, and I was also able to take out some shredded carrots from the freezer to get them used up in the soup. And I took out some celery, some onions, and a little bit of homemade butter. And all of that went into the creamy cabbage soup. And it was nice to be able to use all of those items up from my freezer. The creamy cabbage soup was actually project number 4. So now I'd like to talk to you about project number 5, the very last project I'd like to talk to you about today. So the fifth project, I thought it might be nice to have a dessert. So again, I went into my freezer and I took out some shredded carrots, and I also took out some Philadelphia cream cheese. I went into my pantry and I took out some pineapple tidbits because I had a craving for some carrot cake. Because I didn't have a can of crushed pineapple, I thought, well, I'll make my own. So I pulled out my food processor, poured in my can of pineapple tidbits, and I made my own. So between the shredded carrots that I took out of the freezer and all of the other ingredients, the dry ingredients, the oils, the eggs, and then of course the wonderful pineapple, I was able to get all those ingredients mixed up and then put in a pan and bake it all in the oven. And then with the cream cheese frosting, it turned out really, really good. I'm glad, because I definitely did have a craving for carrot cake. Well, my friends, I want to thank you so much for joining me. It was nice to be able to share with all of you how I am slowly progressing, getting ahead, and using up things in my freezer and my cupboards and my pantry. It's a lot of fun sharing these items, different kitchen projects with all of you. And if you like this vlog, please give me the YouTube thumbs up or press that subscribe button. That would be great. And I have more vlogs coming up, so stay tuned. And I'll talk to you all soon. Talk to you soon, my friends. Bye. Bye.